Miss Lee, it's time to come to your office. Scrolled. Sorry, boss, actually. Shut up. This is your office, not your house. You can come whenever you feel like. Sorry, boss. From now on, I will be on time. Miss Lee, you say this every day, but you come late to the office every day. Boss, please forgive me this time. It won't happen next time. You are now fired from your job, Miss Lee. No, you gets up from your bed saying no loudly. Did that devil fire me? Then you realized that you were in your room. Thank God it was a dream. Then you look at the clock and scream out loud. Oh no, it's 8:30. Looks like that devil is really going to fire me. You rush to the washroom. You were waiting for the bus. That devil will definitely fire me today, worried. Then a car stops near you and the window of the car is down. Hey Wayne, what are you doing here? Haven't you gone to office yet? That guy looked just like a hero. Actually, I'm late today. Get in the car, I'll drop you to the office. You gets into the car without hesitation. Thank you, sir. The man starts the car. When, how many times have I told you to call me by my name? But you take my name or I won't talk to you. Taehyung, from now on you will call me by my name only. Okay. Now tell me what's going on in your life. As long as that devil is in my life, nothing good can happen to me. Who is the devil? Who else could be my boss? It means Jungkook is the devil. Yes, Tang laughed out loud after hearing this. Please don't tell him I call him devil. I also think he is a devil. Then you both laughed. After some time, his car stopped near a big building. Again, thank you. Go now or your devil boss will fire you. He speaks in a funny tone. Yes, he gets out of the car. Bye, see you later. You also say goodbye to Taehyung and go to the office. Why, you are coming now, the office. Boss has been looking for you since long. Oh no, he will definitely fire me today. Now you go to his cabin or he will really fire you. May I come in, sir? Come in. You go inside the cabin. Sir, you called me? Jungkook lifts his head and looks at you. Yes, Miss Wyan. Have you prepared the file I asked you to do? Yes, sir. Bring that file. You brings the file and gives it to Jungkook. He starts reading the file. Devil, file is okay, now you can go. You walks out of the cabin. Thank God I was saved from that devil. Jungkook was working in his cabin when his eyes fell on you, who was smilingly talking to a male employee. Seeing this, Jungkook gets very angry. Miss Wyan, come to my cabin right now. Saying this, he disconnected the call. May I come in, sir? Come in. Sir, you called me? Miss Wyan, do you come to the office to work or to talk? He said angrily. What do you mean? I mean, why were you talking to that guy a while ago? He comes closer to you and says, he needed my help with his work, so I was talking to him. You are my secretary, not his secretary. Who will help? He was slowly coming closer to you. You were pulling back as you saw Jungkook coming closer. At one point, you get stuck between the wall and Jungkook. Sir, what are you doing? Don't come close to me. When he came close to you and was talking to you, there was no problem. But when I am close to you, you are having problem. He puts both his hands on the wall. Sir, please let me go. Why can't I control my anger? He angrily punches the wall, causing his hand to bleed. Meet Jungkook, CEO of JK Enterprises. Apart from being the king of business, he is also the Mafia king, but very few people know that he is a Mafia. His behavior is cold. Work was the only priority in his life, but ever since he met you, you became his priority. He loves you more than anything, but he never told you that he loves you. You were trying to stay away from Jungkook as much as possible. Jungkook was not even talking to you because he was afraid he might hurt you in his anger. Jungkook was working in his cabin when Taehyung comes inside the cabin without knocking. Why were not you picking up my call? Taehyung is Jungkook's best friend. Jungkook does not say anything. Now say something. Just then someone knocks the cabin door. Come in. Jungkook looks at Taehyung but does not say anything. You came inside the cabin. Jungkook looks at you, but you turns your eyes away from him, which makes Jungkook angry. When give me my coffee. It's your coffee with extra milk, Taehyung. Thank you. As soon as Jungkook hears Taehyung's name coming from your mouth, he clenches his fists in anger. Why was he calling you by your name? He asks him after you leave the cabin. I told her to call me by my name. And since when has she been calling you by your name? One day she was late for office. I gave her a lift. The same day I asked her to call me by my name. You will tell her not to call you by your name. But why? Because she is mine, and I don't like her taking anyone else's name other than mine. Hearing this, Tang, who was drinking coffee, starts coughing loudly. What did you say? Shocked. She is mine, stay away from her. Do you love her? She is my everything. Tang could see the love for you in his eyes, the passion to make you his. You were standing outside the office when a car stopped near you. Why did the devil's car stop in front of me? Then you hear Jungkook's voice. Get in the car, I'll drop you home. Don't worry, I'll manage. You can go. I said get in the car, cold tone. You were opening the front door when you heard Jungkook's voice again. No need to sit in front, come and sit near me. But how can I sit with you? You can sit with Taehyung but not with me. You get angry and sit next to him. Jungkook smiles, seeing you sitting next to him. Devil gives me orders all the time. Be ready tomorrow. We have to go together for the meeting. Okay. Jungkook was sitting like a king in a big meeting hall and you were sitting next to him. You were focused on the meeting when you felt someone's hand on your thigh. You looked next to you where David was sitting, who was placing his hand on your thigh. You glare at him and remove his hand from your thigh, but he places his hand on your thigh again and again. Then Jungkook's eyes fell on David's hand, which was on your thigh, and you were trying to remove his hand. Seeing this, Jungkook's eyes turned red and he got up from his place and started beating Daniel. How dare you touch her? She is only mine. The right to touch her and see her is mine only. He beats him so badly that his body becomes drenched in blood. No one was going to save David because they all knew Jungkook's anger. If they went to save David, they would die. So they all just watched. You get scared after seeing all this because you have never seen Jungkook so angry before. Jungkook was walking into a room with his big steps, followed by his assistant Daniel. Now who made the boss so angry? Daniel was thinking in his mind. Then suddenly someone starts shouting loudly, due to which Daniel gets scared for a moment. But he controls himself because whenever he came to the black chamber, he always heard this type of sound. The black chamber is the place where Jungkook used to torture his enemy. When Jungkook hears this voice, he smiles devilishly. When he reaches the room, he sees a man being brutally beaten by making him sleep on top of ice, which brings a smile to Jungkook's face. Please leave me, please. He looked at Jungkook and said in a pleading tone, you should have thought before casting your dirty glances at her, he said in a very dangerous manner. If any other normal person had heard this sound, he would have died of fear. What is the boss talking about? He whispered. Please forgive me, I did not know wine was yours. He spoke in a pained voice. Don't even say my wine name with your dirty mouth, or you will be killed very badly. When Jungkook hears your name coming from David's mouth, he angrily grabs David's jaw and speaks through gritted teeth. While saying all this, the obsession for you was clearly visible in Jungkook's eyes. Give him to Jaguar, he said in his dangerous voice. Everyone gets goosebumps after hearing this. Consider yourself lucky that I punished you so little. Otherwise, it is not possible that someone would look at my princess and get such a small punishment. Is there any punishment worse than this in this world? David becomes a little happy after hearing this from Jungkook. Stupid person, when it appears in front of you, your body will start trembling with fear. Jaguar is a black tiger who is very dangerous, who was raised by Jungkook. It only obeys Jungkook. As soon as you get to Jungkook's cabin, Jungkook pins you to the wall. What are you doing, sir? You said, stammering. What do you think of my proposal? Actually, Jungkook proposed you for marriage. He was asking you about that proposal. But how can I say yes to marriage so soon? Apart from this, you trouble me a lot. Even after marriage, you will trouble me again. Actually, you had also fallen in love with Jungkook, so you were deliberately troubling him. Okay, so I will marry the girl my family is asking me to marry. Innocent face. Don't even dare, you say, holding his collar. I love you more than anything else, so how can you even think that I will marry someone else? Winked. You buried your face in his chest as you realized that he was lying to get the truth out of your mouth. Jungkook smiled and hugged you tightly. You were cooking in the kitchen when you heard the sound of someone growling, and when you looked back, you started screaming loudly because in front of you was a black tiger who was staring at you. What happened, princess? Jungkook comes into the kitchen after hearing your screaming. When you see Jungkook, you hug him tightly. Are you hot anywhere? He asked you worriedly. No, I'm not hot somewhere. Then why were you shouting so loudly? You point towards the black tiger in fear. When Jungkook's eyes fell on the black tiger, he stared at the tiger. Jaguar, how dare you scare my wife? Jaguar lowers his head after hearing Jungkook's cold tone. You both got married just 2 weeks ago? Jaguar lived with Jungkook in the same mansion as him, but it had been in the black chamber for a few weeks, due to which he did not know you, so he was staring at you. Princess, let's have breakfast. Saying this, he lifts you in his arms. Jungkook was feeding you breakfast when Jaguar came over to you and bowed his head down, as if it was saying sorry. You bury your face in Jungkook's chest when you look at the Jaguar. Jaguar, you came here again? He speaks angrily, glaring at the Jaguar. Jungkook was sitting in a big meeting hall when suddenly someone's phone rings. Everyone starts trembling with fear because everyone knew that Jungkook does not like someone's phone ringing during meetings. Hello, Jungkook picks up his phone and says. Everyone was surprised to see this because Jungkook never received the phone during the meeting. I'm coming, he said worriedly. He starts leaving the meeting room. Boss, this meeting is very important for our company. Yet Jungkook walks out of the meeting room without stopping. Actually, you were pregnant and you had started labor pain. Due to which the servant called Jungkook and told him, and Jungkook left for the hospital without bothering about the meeting. Because he loves you more than anything, he could do anything for you. You were sitting on the sofa reading something when someone hugs you from behind. Baby, did you have breakfast? No. Then go and have breakfast. Then a cold voice is heard in the living room, hearing which both of you, mother and son, look in the direction from where the voice came. Dad, why are you shouting so loudly? He speaks in an irritable voice. How many times have I told you to stay away from my wife? He stares at his son and says, and how many times have I told you to stay away from my mom? He also says while staring at his dad. Before she was your mother, she is my wife. Seeing this, Jungkook gets very angry because he did not want to share you even with his own son. You get irritated seeing both of them arguing for you, as they both used to argue for you daily. Just shut up, you two. They both look at you after hearing your voice. Mom, Dad are arguing with me. I am not. I am not. He is doing it. My Jaguar is better than both of you who obeys everything I say. When the Jaguar standing near you heard this, he started rubbing his head on your feet. Seeing this, both father and son become jealous and start staring at the Jaguar. Jaguar, let's go. Saying this, you go towards your room. Jaguar also starts following you. Dad, mom got angry with us. Your mother will have to convince. Yes, they both watched you go, and when they saw the Jaguar so close to you, they both became jealous.